The last section of our ratio, proportion, and percent module is on an application of percent called percent increase and decrease. And this is something you are just going to have to memorize. It is not hard if you can remember this. The percent of increase or the percent of decrease, it's the same, is the amount of the increase or decrease divided by the original. Or to show it sort of as a shortcut, it's the change, how much did it change, divided by the original. The change divided by the original, whether it's going up or down. So let's try 3 of these and you'll see what I'm talking about. The number of applications for a mathematics scholarship at Yale increased, so it's going to be a percent increase, from 34 to 45 in 1 year. What's the percent increase? So it's change divided by original. Well, how do we figure out how much it changed? Well, that's very easy. You subtract. Change is always a subtraction. How much something changed by? If you were making $10 an hour and now you're making 15, you changed by 5. Subtract. So we subtract and we get the change is 11 divided by the original is this. Now we're not finished. And this is the hard part of these because I now have to change this to a percent. And the only way to do that is to change it to a decimal first. So I'm going to divide 34 into 11. I'm going to have to add some zeros. Okay. It says round to the nearest whole percent. So here we go. 34 will not go into 11, so I'm going to bring up my decimal point. 34 will go into 110. It goes 3 times. 3 4s are 12, 3 3s are 9, and 1 is 10. I subtract, bring down. 34 into 80 goes 2 times. 2 4s are 8, 2 3s are 6. I subtract. I have to divide again, and I'm going to show you why. 34 into 120 goes 3 times, and I'm running out of space. That is 102. I don't need to go any further because if I change this now to a percent, it's 32.3%, move it 2 places, but it's telling me to round to the nearest whole. Well, the number that's in the whole percents place is right here. This one tells me what to do, and it says to round it off to 32%. It's not big enough to round up. Let's look at a percent decrease. Works the same way. In response to a decrease in sales, a company that had 1,500 reduces the number to 1,230. What's the percent decrease? The change over the original. So let's figure out the change by subtracting 1,500 minus 1,230. We're going to borrow and make that 149 and make that what am I doing? We didn't have to do that. Scratch that. I was so ready to do that that I wasn't paying attention. I can do the first column. Now I'm going to borrow, make that a 14, make that a 10. 10 take away 3 is 7. 4 take away 2 is 2. So the change amount here is 270. So 270 divide by the original. I can make it a little bit easier by doing that. So now I have 150 divided into 27, decimal point, bring it up, add some zeros. We'll round this one off too if it doesn't come out evenly. 150 will not go into 27, but it does go into 270 one time. 150, bring down your 0, and it happens to go in here evenly. It goes 8 times. Evenly. Now remember, this is a decimal. I change it to a percent, and I get my percent decrease. All right, let's try the last one. This is a rounding one. Rosina trained for 6 months to run in a marathon. Her weight dropped from 137 to 122. Find the percent of decrease to the nearest whole percent. So let's first find the change amount because we know we need that. So 137 minus 122. She lost 15 pounds. So her change amount was 15. Her original weight was 137, but I have to now convert that to a decimal. So 137 into 15, decimal point, bring it up, add a 0. That goes one time. Subtract, add a 0, bring it down. Notice that will not go. You have to put a 0 and then do it again. How many times will it go in this time? I believe it goes 9. Let's see. 9 times 7 is 63. 9 threes are 27 and 6 is 33. 9 ones are 9 and 3 is 12. So yes, it does. I don't need to go any further. Notice I'm not even doing the subtraction. And how do I know that? Because it says to round to the nearest whole percent. Well, when I convert this to a percent, I have enough to look at the wholes place and what's being told to me to do. And that's enough to round up. So she lost about 11%. Change over original, always, for percent increase and decrease.